A one-off prompt is not a reliable approach for an enterprise data platform. Every AI-assisted action needs to follow the same process with context. This is the business vocabulary, classification, ownerships, modeling conventions, and governance rules that define how the organization works. We then add content. This may include requirements, source metadata, existing documentation, websites, or other evidence relevant to the task. Once those inputs are grounded, the user describes the requirement outcome in plain business language. The AI can then propose a model, mapping, relationship, view, or implementation change, but a proposal is not an approval. The team inspects the results, sees what will change, corrects anything that is incomplete, and explicitly approves the decisions before it moves forward. The same loop applies to every AI action in DeltaVault. Set the context, bring in the content, describe the outcome, review the proposal, and refine or approve it. Let's move into the product and follow that loop from beginning to end. Let's look at the first step in defining context within DeltaVault. In Settings, we can go to Conventions. From there, we can define our categories. As an administrator, you can click Define your categories. There will be a default set available at the beginning, but when you click the Define categories, you will see the Reprime button. You then have two options. You can choose Ensemble Logical Modeling or 9 Pillars approach. For simplicity, I'm going to choose Ensemble Logical Modeling. We then give you a starting point where you can define the industry you are working in. This is intended to give you somewhere to begin. For example, I can select Retail Customer Goods and click Use this approach. I will then be shown the items that are available to add from the library. Within this approach, there are several things to consider. You have events and concepts, and you can also define categories such as how, who, where, and what. The purpose of this is to give the AI context. When it analyzes the content you provide, it can use that context to convert the content into your business modeling concepts. That context then carries through the rest of the application. You can open any of these concepts or events and refine the context associated with them. Again, these are only boilerplate examples that we have provided. In practice, you might define concepts such as a person or a household. You may already have your own business ontology or other definitions that you want to add. You can also use the AI to improve the context. I'm going to click the Improve button here, but more often than not, you will have real business ontology or business context that you want to add. It is important to take your time at this stage because the context becomes the foundation for the AI-assisted features within the application. It helps teach the AI how you want the skills to be used and how your business concept should be interpreted. After you ask the AI to improve the context, you can review the result. You can also select Show Changes to compare the original version with the revised version. You can then choose Apply Suggestions, which applies the proposed wording to the field above. Once you click Apply, that definition becomes part of your AI context. The AI will use this context to determine whether the content you provide belongs in this category, such as the person category. The key point is to take your time. The effort you spend defining and validating the context at this stage can save you a great deal of time later when you're trying to improve the results returned by the AI. You can also add additional categories by selecting Add from Library. You can add more items to your context and the category structure. You may already have your own definitions that you want to use. You can add those definitions, or you can create a completely custom category. You can then rename and adjust it to suit your requirements. Once you are finished, click Save. This now becomes the context used by the AI skills, particularly within the business modeling and when adding knowledge-based articles. You can ask the AI to analyze your content within the context of the categories you have defined. Thank you for watching.